past perfect progressive tense. The tense indicates a continuous action that was completed at some point in the past. This tense is formed with the modal had plus been plus the present participle of the verb with an ing ending. So, this tense indicates a continuous action जो कि past का ही continuous action जो पहले से चलता है, इसलिए हम लोग तो recent past and distant past, तो जो past का ही जो है action वो continuous चल रहा है और past के ही किसी point में जाके खत्म हुआ है. तो this tense is formed with had and been, क्योंकि past है तो had लगेगा and been plus present participle verb plus ing. I had been working in the garden all morning. तो I am narrating my past day, past incident. जब हम अपने अतीत के बारे में कुछ बता रही हूँ मैं, तो मैं कह रही हूँ कोई पर्टिकुलर दिन के बारे में कि उस दिन I had been working in the garden all morning. Right? Now, affirmative, how to make it affirmative? Subject plus had plus been plus verb plus ing. I had been completing the project since morning. कि मैं सुबह से लगी हुई थी ये प्रोजेक्ट खत्म करने के लिए. Negative, very easy. You will have to only write not, hadn't, been plus verb ing. She hadn't been sleeping. वो सो ही नहीं पा रही थी. So she hadn't been sleeping. Now, interrogative, had plus subject plus been plus verb ing. आपको पता है whenever we make interrogative sentences, we put auxiliary first. So here it's the same. Had you been living in your home for last 2 years? Right? Had is the subject. Had is the auxiliary had, you is the subject plus been plus living verb and then your end part of the sentence. So here when you will end the sentence you will have to put question mark. Now this is interrogative positive, so it is only had. But when you write interrogative negative, how will you write? The format is hadn't plus subject plus been plus verb plus ing. Hadn't they been living in Kolkata? So the format is the same. You will have to just be conscious about the tense. If it is past, it is a had, and if it is a positive, then you don't need to write not. But if it is a negative, you will have to write not. And if it is an interrogative, you will have to put the auxiliary first. And in this way, you can write past perfect continuous. The past perfect continuous is used to talk about actions or situations that were in progress before some other actions or situations. Right? Yes, because in the past, when you know the entire incidents of the past, what happened at the present, what happened at the start, then the middle part, then the end part, you know everything because that is a past event. So when you are using this past perfect continuous, so it is used when some action was in progress before the starting of a new action. Now there are also some other uses of this also. The past perfect continuous is used to talk about actions or situations that were in progress before some other actions or situations. And what are the other uses? Duration of a past action up to a certain point in the past. Duration. For 3 years, for 5 minutes, for many years. So in this way duration is there. Now showing cause of an action or situation. Then showing cause. What is the cause of that action or situation? Then third conditional sentence, if I, then like that. Then in the reported speech also we use past perfect continuous. So one by one I will say in detail about these. Use 1, duration of a past action. The main use of the past perfect continuous is to express actual situations that were in progress before some other actions or situation. For examples, The boys had been quarreling for half an hour when we arrived home. So this action is the later part of the event, and this had done earlier. So what was happened? See, actions or situation that were in progress. So we are using the former action in past perfect continuous tense, not the later one. Later one is in the simple past. So the boys had been quarreling for half an hour when we arrived home. I had been teaching Angelina for 3 years before we got separated. Now, this is the thing. Here you can write, I had been, this is teaching Angelina for 3 years before we got separated. So this is the thing. You can write anything that you like to. So I had been teaching Angelina for 3 years before we got separated. That means I went someone else, Angelina went someone else, but I had been her teacher. Right? So this is the thing in which the former action of your past, of the event, you will have to write in past perfect continuous, and the later event you will have to write in simple past. Now showing cause. Use this tense to show cause of an action or situation in the past. John was in detention because he had been misbehaving. But you see here the later part is in past perfect continuous, not the former part of the sentence. And earlier you have seen the former part of the sentence is in past perfect continuous. Here it's the reason. Reason is said John was in detention because he had been misbehaving. The road was wet because it had been raining. So in this way you are seeing in the sentence we are using the past perfect continuous in the later part of the sentence, not in the front part of at the starting of the sentence, right? Because we are showing the cause. Now next, third conditional and then reported speech. Third conditional, if it hadn't been raining, अगर बारिश नहीं हो रही होती, we would have gone to the park. हम park जाते, right? So if it hadn't been raining, this tense also appears in reported speech also. She said she knew Charlie had been lying to her. She said she knew Charlie had been lying to her. वो कहती है वो जानती थी कि चार्ली उससे झूठ बोल रहा था. Charlie had been lying to her. तो आपने देखा यहाँ हमने as a reported speech we are using past perfect continuous. Now, use of for and since. Always remember जब हम past perfect continuous करते तो duration को mention करते. For and since ये दो हैं जो आपके duration को बताते हैं, आपके duration को बताने में help करते हैं. For एक period of time है, indefinite period of time आप कह सकते हैं. For 6 years, for a week, for a month, for hours, for 2 hours. It's an indefinite period of time. और since क्या है वो point of time. At exact point of time जब आप बता रहे हो तो वहां आप since लगा रहे हो, for नहीं लगा रहे हो. That is the starting point. Since this morning. Since last week, I had been trying to contact him since last week of the year 2010 or whatever the year you can mention, because this is your all past. Since yesterday, since I was a child, since Monday, since 2 o'clock. तो यहाँ आप देख रहे हो कि since means starting point. They had been playing or they were playing since 2 o'clock. They had been playing since 2 o'clock. अभी तक वो 2 बजे तक वो खेलते रहे. They had been playing since 2 o'clock. तो इस तरह से you are saying कि exact point you are saying. And यहाँ for is a period of time. Now, Martha had been walking 3 miles a day before she broke her leg. So, Martha had been walking 3 miles a day before she broke her leg. The program that was terminated had been working well since 1945. Had you been waiting there for more than 2 hours when she finally arrived? Time is not mentioned. 2 baje, 3 baje, but it said for more than 2 hours. You hadn't been waiting there for more than 2 hours when she finally arrived. तो यहाँ आपने देखा assertive. This is your assertive. And here use of for आपने देखा यहाँ since, और यहाँ आप देख रहे हो had you been waiting. This is your assertive interrogative sentence. और यहाँ आप देख रहे हो negative sentence. You had not been waiting there. This is your negative. So यहाँ आपने 3 तरह के sentences देखे in past perfect continuous में. So what have we learned today? We have learned the use of past perfect continuous in the grammar section, and this is what you need to know, कि how you will have to write past perfect continuous when you are narrating a story or incident of your past life. You will find these type of sentences more in history. When you go through the history or when you read a story that is a past life, so you will get numerous example of this past perfect continuous. Please speak those sentences and you practice with those sentences, and then it will be clear to you how you can also use these sentences when teacher asks you to narrate any incident, a very pleasurable, memorable day or an event of your past. So you can say, you can write in this way. So in the next class I will be here again with some new grammatical rules and some new grammatical lessons. Till then, have a revision of this session. Thank you.